Hello and welcome to Memory Arcade. The retro video gaming stream with the least number of actual retro games. Hi. Although, when I feel really old, dear viewer. Oh, it's right there on the screen. Yeah, Bloodborne's 8 years old now. It's also the only Soulsborne, Souls-like, From Software Souls title I haven't streamed yet in some capacity. I haven't done full strict playthroughs of all three Dark Souls games, but we've done the original, we've done Demon Souls, Elden Ring more recently, obviously. Bloodborne wasn't possible for the very simple reason of me not owning a PS4. I had played it once before my streaming days, when a friend very generously lent their PS4 to me, and they've done so again. So now I'm gonna actually dive into the whole thing and stream it properly. It's been a long time since I played it. It's been a long time since I played a Souls game at 30 FPS, so that's gonna be interesting. And I've also never played the DLC. And you better believe that my entire build is gonna be geared towards not taking terribly much shit from Ludwig. There's also gonna be a fully spoiled stream, like stated before. I'm gonna dive into the lore as we go along, not necessarily in a super linear fashion. Everyone's welcome to just chime in when we discuss the lore, but no gameplay backseating, please. Even when I'm not getting a specific mechanic or boss. Cat, what's up? Specific boss situation right away. And yeah. You wanna contribute, Cat? What's up? Come here. That shock when she realized there was something else on the table. Not pivot to my lap. Okay. Gonna go into new game, because Souls games do this thing where they give you a little bit of stuff to look at, then they throw the character editor at you, and then the game starts properly. I've already done the character editing for the benefit of everyone's attention span and, you know, my own appreciation of detail. We're just gonna start this.
Oh, yes. Pale blood.
A new save that we're then immediately gonna vacate.
Come to the right place. Yarnum is the home of blood ministration. You need only unravel its mystery.
Oh, that's simple enough, isn't it?
Where's an outsider like yourself to begin? Easy, with a bit of Yarnum blood of your own. But first, you'll need a contract.
Simple enough. Irreverent Izzy sounds like a band name, but I'm not sure on the, regarding the genre. Maybe like a
Good.
punk cover
Sign
band
sealed.
of
Now,
Black
to
Sabbath?
begin the transfusion. Oh, don't you worry.
Yeah, I'm
What
sure
happens?
everything here is sterile and...
Make it all a mere bad dream.
Mm-hmm. And we're back in Neverland. Oh, not Neverland. Wonderland. That's where everyone cackles like a maniac for no apparent reason. You ever get a blood transfusion with some really bad acid? And then there were these little zombies that crawled up my body, but somehow they seemed friendly.
Ah, you found yourself a hunter.
So that was a lot. Get a blood transfusion, we almost got eviscerated by a very hungry werewolf. And a bunch of little dudes just rolling up to us. And then we briefly heard the requisite maiden in a From game. Usually the nicest person in the entire story. Yeah. I went for a very unsubtle homage to Aisling Sturbridge from Vampire the Masquerade. Seek pale blood to transcend the hunt. I love this. This is a hint at the final boss of the game. But of course, how would you even figure that? So, can I do charged attack? No. Charged attacks are building. R2. Okay. I'll also use the PS4's accessibility settings to rearrange the controls. May or may not be an issue, but even when I played this the first time, like, I need square to... Well, I whiffed. Yeah. I don't quite recall what you get for beating him barehanded. Can't be done, but... yeah. Oh. When I played this for the first time, my main was the Hunter Axe. I'll go for a... So this is gonna be an arcane build. The reference to the Premier character from Vampire wasn't entirely by accident. Also, other than that, she fits really well into this whole setting. Also, the only Dark Souls, or the only quasi-Souls game where you get to select from different pairs of glasses. Meaning, the editor. So it's gonna be an arcane build. And I wanna combine that with a fairly aggressive playstyle, so fast. I think the Dreaded Cane is pretty much the fastest thing they give us up front. One's obviously quick on the draw. I'm kinda curious if that combination... I mean, we can also get the Hunter's Pistol shop real quick. Hey cat, are you having one of those nights? Hmm? Very complaining. Is this how they just send us back out? I was a little bit dismayed by the fact that I couldn't hook up my 8-bit controller to the PS4. Kinda figured that was a given. That thing connects to basically everything else, but that particular generation, Sony was the one being a little gatekeepy. There are, of course, like USB dongles that you can hook up to the console and then it'll take about anything, but I think that's what they call a summary beating. We're off to Yanam. Just gave the cat a glare, a what the hell do you want kind of glare, and she countered it by looking away as if, hey, it's just an asset that they pulled. Make it wide enough here, or like, it's quite a beast of a carriage. Online there would be so many try jumping messages. Away, away. Yeah, away you go. Not your turn for a while. Simmer down. Hello?
You must be a hunter, and not one from around here either. I'm Gilbert, a fellow outsider. You must have had a fine time of it. Yarnum has a special way of treating guests.
Yeah, free blood right away. It was awesome.
Stand if I wanted to, but I'm willing to help if there's anything that can be done. This town is cursed. Whatever your reasons might be, you should plan a swift exit. Whatever can be gained from this place, it will do more harm than good. Pale blood, you say? Never heard of it. But if it's blood you're interested in, you should try the Healing Church. The church controls all knowledge on blood ministration and all varieties of blood. Across the valley to the east of Yarnum lies the town of the Healing Church, known as the Cathedral Ward. And deep within Cathedral Ward is the old Grand Cathedral.
As if on cue.
Birthplace of the Healing Church's special blood. Or so they say. Yarnumites don't share much with outsiders. Normally they wouldn't let you near the place, but the hunt is on tonight. This might be your chance. Across the valley to the east of Yarnum, you'll find that deep within lies the old main. I haven't heard that's your best bet if it's
Okay. I mean, it worked, but I just want wanted to shoot him. Need to remember to actually mind my own setup here. Everyone else is like, oh, Bob just spontaneously combusted. Third time this week? Very in favor of this weapon. I mean, I played around with it a little bit during my first playthrough, but it doesn't quite... Yeah, with those guys. Doesn't quite... That was shit timing. That too wasn't great. I got greedy. I thought I could really... Oh, that's... Oh, just like that, huh? There was a lack of a... I don't know, a... snicked or something sound that you hear when something dies in a Souls game. Which applies to enemies and to yourself. And... Yeah. I can offer you to sit on my lap and nothing else. Hmm? Sorry, I keep glancing at the cat. Now she's trying to get into my wardrobe. Jesus Christ. I'll be right back. I have to do something to pacify her. Okay, here's hoping. Come on, cat. Jesus. Hmm. Okay. I really don't like throwing her out of my room. Like I have the option. But here we are. Anyway, where were we? Oh yeah, the really big fella took all our shit.
It's all your fault! I'll mess up your brain!
That is not what... I don't know. My brain objects to being all meshed up. Gentlemen. Wait, did I die again when I was tending to the cat? I was on a break screen, there's no way to check that. But apparently... Oh yeah, no, those fellas would have come back around and I was standing right here, right? Doesn't matter. Like, the amount of souls we lose or keep at this point is rather low. Oh yeah, no, this asshole. Right here. And you take a time out. Come on. That's rude. He was just about to make a iffy, insightful comment about world design. That guy just... the fact that they are more terrified of us than they probably should be. Oh yeah, I remember you. No worries. That was an unfortunate combination of slightly altered controls and Elden Ring and I think Returnal muscle memory. Like I need the square button to heal my ass. This... like, the fact that they... I've said it in the past, I'll say it again, I love that FromSoft keeps experimenting with the formula. And that way we sometimes get really cool things, like every storage menu that isn't Dark Souls 1. Though I might eat those words very soon. Maybe Bloodborne actually brought that one back. We get stuff like Estus flasks, or a game where they're like, hey, no, you're gonna farm your health items between battles. So what we're playing right now sounds like I'm just shitting on them for the heck of it. No, but the idea to put quick items like Molotov cocktails or throwing knives in some games on their own dedicated button, where they don't constantly need to be switched out in favor of your healing item. That's not bad. Why in the freaking world would it ever occur to them to then move the healing item to a new button? That's what I don't get.
I'll mash up your brain!
Shut or mess up. Both things are terrifying, but what's the range on that thing? Never mind. We don't have speed looting like in Elden Ring. Oh, bitch. Weren't there dogs here? You said? Wholeheartedly? Huh. Sorry, doggo. There's nothing. I don't know in which universe that restrict didn't connect, but I guess we found it. Let me adjust something real quick. Okay. Hmm.
I don't reckon you're from round here. Well, stuck outside on a night of the hunt. Oh, you poor, poor thing.
You always wonder if people like that exist, and I only just came by one yesterday.
I don't reckon you're from round here.
Like I was getting on a train, and this
Stuck outside
motherfucker
on a hunt.
was on his phone,
Poor, poor.
was telling the person he was calling how he had just was proudly telling that person how he had just rebuked an unhoused person unhoused person's request for some change of food with go get a job. Sorry, you know how it is. Oh, they know how it is. We're here? Is that the room with... Oh, wait, no. Yep, to the... Okay, maybe I don't know where we are, but... No, this is pretty close for... Wrong lever crunk again. Yep, yep. Like, if you didn't know the game at all, would you attack them? When the hunt began, the healing church abandoned us, blocking the great bridge to the cathedral ward, as they burned old Yarnum to the ground on that moonlit night. Oh, okay, but that was a comparison to old Yarnum. This isn't. That looks like a... That looks like there would be a hidden door here, right? Anyway. Leads us back to Gilbert, doesn't it? Oh.
Across the valley to the east of Yarnum, you'll find that deep within lies the...
Yeah.
I haven't, that's your...
So these two fellows, they will become important later. Not for any lore reasons or... No, each of them drops like 3 blood vials for healing. So... Gonna be farming here a lot. Look a nice old shortcut, didn't we? Oh. Sorry fella, I didn't see you there. Oh, my lock-on range is also reduced because of the bad lighting. While prepping for the stream, I came across an old game FAQs thread where people were discussing the game before it launched, and they're like, no shields at all? Does that mean there will be no parry mechanic? And I wish at that moment the game director Miyazaki would have just dropped in from on high and be like, no, we'll give you guns to parry with. Doesn't make sense, but... Oh wow, this took me all the way past these beasts, huh? Have I, by any chance, found some insight? Nope. I need to be a little more insightful. Parentheses. Mentally unwell. Be able to spend all this cash on levels. Again, not something that is super explicitly explained to you when you first play this. And also something that is inherently weird. Bloodborne, game with the weirdest crows. Okay, one time. You get one. Oh. Fast. No, wrong button. Again. Hit. Yep. That. Another moment you realize, no, I'm pressing sideways and this thing will just swipe. Is there any inside? Yeah, game developers. You want to base enemies on dogs, make them monstrous and really unpleasant. Like, literally, these guys look like the service dog of a good friend after, I don't know, having run away for a week. Not a mental picture I want to deal with. Like, what game was it? Oh yeah, just the last one we played, Resident Evil 4. Those mutated dogs we found in that game?
You're a hunter, aren't you? Then, well, do you know of any safe places?
Not yet. Sorry.
I've heard I have. Shutting up indoors isn't always enough. Well, if you hunters got off your asses, you wouldn't be in this mess. You're obligated to help me, you hear?
Look, we had a union meeting, and
Tell me you're not. Yeah, I should have known. You're good for nothing. But go on. Admit it. Go and stuff it.
yada yada yada. Is that how we come across Arlene? So rude. It is how we come across Eileen.
Oh, a hunter, are you? And an outsider? What a mess you've been caught up in. And tonight of all nights. Here, to welcome the new hunter. Prepare yourself for the worst. There are no humans left. They're all flesh-hungry beasts now.
I just talked to an old lady. She was rude, but otherwise...
Still lingering about. What's wrong? A hunter unnerved by a few beasts?
No, actually, I want to
No matter.
exhaust your dialogue tree.
That fear in our hearts. We're little different from the beasts themselves. What are you still doing here? Enough trembling in your boots. A hunter must hunt. What are you still in a hunt?
She's so cool. And I badly want her outfit. Just hoping we don't fuck that up. Or the game doesn't fuck it up for us. Creative ways, as it's wont to do. not sure I want to go down there. But at the very least we're done with up here. Interesting that you can rally from... Oh! Shit. Yeah, that's a lot of health. Back here. Oh god. Oh. Not that much health on that guy, huh? So proud of myself right now. Oh god. I'm no longer proud of myself. Also those 3 grand, and we lost against their buddy upstairs. Those are just gone now. Come to think of it, the gun may have been able to finish him off. Man. Yep, we're absolutely in Zero Souls territory now. But I've said it in the past in these games. No souls to lose. Yes, there's always an opportunity to go a little ham. All 48 of them. Oh, loud. Bullshit. How did they recover so fast? Huh. Maybe because the other enemy bumped them? Hmm. Right now I'm trying to become a little more fluent in the fact that my weapon doesn't just consist of one attack, but actually 3. And yeah, I mean these are probably not ideal enemies to practice that on, although it also incentivizes me to up my my dodge game. Still a little tempted to mess around, like not on stream, but maybe for a future session, to mess around with this 60 FPS mod that began received a while back. I am playing on a device that is capable of running that. Now I just kind of wanted to stick with the default 1080p at 30 FPS. I'm also not like the absolute parry god, so I don't want to pretend like the 30 FPS cap is tremendously cramping my style or anything. I am an old person after all, at least in relation to the medium. But yeah, the 60 FPS patch also forms only fairly reliable if the resolution is also lowered to 720p. And I'm not sure how I would compensate for that loss in fidelity, like I'm not sure if the game is doing any kind of internal resolution shenanigans at all. I will say it looks great because it's a FromSoft game, so design-wise, no notes. But also, I guess a certain number of Digital Foundry videos per month. Like, I don't watch their full output, usually just stuff that kind of applies to my setups and my gaming interests. But after a while, I'm starting to notice some of the stuff they point out. where previously I didn't like have the trained eye and maybe even the mental language. That makes sense. You even realize, oh yeah, no, the way this game is, say, anti-alias just leads to a very grainy picture. Which is also something I just generally keep an eye on. With regard to with regard to streaming in general. Just a more grainy. Like, see, I'm not sure how that's coming out on the stream, but the plant life left to a character. A very, like, even in full screen right now, it looks fairly grainy. And like on the pass-through image of my capture card. And that's not what you want if you're encoding your live encoding for web viewing, because video encoders are performing compression. They can do that best when a lot of pixels look very similar next to each other. A very grainy image, which is also why I turn off film grain in any game where it's an option. Resident Evil 4 had that too. Yeah, sure, it makes stuff look more cinematic, even though film grain is already an anachronism. Like, if there is film grain in modern movies, it's because it was added, not because people are still shooting on film, with exception, of course. I wonder if we're ever gonna be nostalgic for like mid-tier digital video, like 720p. You know, it's not quite full HD. Kind of bullshit that one connected, to be honest. Yeah. I mean, I'm not gaining anything really from these guys except maybe a little bit of muscle memory. So let's move on and play this area the way originally intended. We opened that one. This guy. Oh my god, that's so much health. These are even a cut above these guys are even a good cut above the birds we fought before. Guess if I want the loot in there, I just gonna speed past it. What was that? On the dodge, huh? It's the loot. Is there none? You the loot? Do you have something? Oh. Curious. Hmm. Yeah, generous donation. I was also glad I picked the cane sword starting weapon because it's just very extra in the most Bloodborne sense. There's a Victorian bent to it. Oh god. I... Game. You decide. Do I get it? Do I get the parry? Or do I get mulch? Can't have it both ways. Yeah, I would very much like one of those. I know there is one. Like, you don't even have to defeat the cleric beast to get one inside. I think that might be hidden in the sewers. I wanna go to the sewer. Oh god! Terry's missing both arms. Come on. Wrong button again. Oh, this is just gonna be... yeah. No. Why? What? What? When did this become Sekiro? Shit! Guess I gotta get good, huh?
Are you that outsider? Well, sorry, but I don't want anything to do with you. Trot along, will ya? Are you that outsider? Well, sorry, trot along.
Why, pray tell, do I have to re-equip that? Huh. Hate this. I so hate this when there's still a message I haven't dismissed yet and it blocks some of my actions. That was a very pronounced gurgling.
Lads, you've come on. He'd open the door on a night of a hunt. Away with you. Now.
Really? The worst day to get this particular Paperboy route, right? Mostly a Paperboy mod that is set in Yharnam would be extremely funny. I wanna say I give it a valiant effort. So many of them. Shit. Reinforcements. Yep, there's a ladder. And... Shit. A bit of a rally going. I got way too greedy with those jumps. That was like 2 inches too short. I was like, oh yeah, Bloodborne, gonna get Daddy Gascoigne in the first session. I'm breaking myself here in the level up phase. Yeah, I'm just gonna take out Prudent. Why? I know the whip isn't as strong as the cane form, but that was a little ridiculous how that guy just kept standing there. Valuable lessons about the geometry of this. Oh, I don't want to be a gun that got me. And this is the stretch where Bloodborne teaches you how to play Bloodborne, so a little refresher is probably in order. Yeah. That one asshole with the shield who just derailed this entire offensive. Everyone else was just taking damage, but let's see how many actually follow. Only one was alive, but it also pushed the ragdoll of the other one out. That's... Your little music box. Not also Murgus Lullaby? That was giant bust. Come on, drop that vial. Yep. Oh no 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 no. Oh god, everything's terrible. Game, please. I imagine Patches just kicking my ass down right this instant. I know Patch is not gonna come up for a long time, but... Oh. I just go back here. Question mark. Okay. There's a way into the sewer that doesn't suck. Also, when you have to do this with the body of a deceased person, I would hope you at the very least perform the decapitation before, you know, the burial. There's a couple of these guys here. I have one Molotov. Every single ounce of my stamina bar just slammed into this fucker. Must be where we just came from. Yeah. Oh. I drop now. Oh. Oh. No, I didn't see that fella. What was that? Huh? There we go. The rest are like, just keeps raining food. It's a most unusual day. Then this is the sewers. What? I mean, that was a beefy little thing, but still. Ew. Oh. Those action spells doing. Where the hell am I? You know what? Fuck all of this. Jesus Christ. Oh. Authentic experience. Oh. Get timing right at some point. Still don't know what we're actually doing. Like, we don't use our weapon, we just ram our fist into, you know. That is patently wrong. Right, there's just no holding the torch. There's just poking with the torch. You can counter with it still. Right. Beasts hate fire. I mean, one of them rebounded. Or recoiled, rather. This will be helpful. So these... Oh. Not yet a beast. That one used to be in the Marines. Hoorah! Not really. Right, because you should remember that. So, beasts are weak against fire. And sometimes they feel it. But the definition, this game's definition of beast does not, you know, include all animals, but specifically everything affected by the curse. So... So the whole recoil or, you know, actually being afraid of it thing might also be misremembering something from another Souls game. Obi. Really nothing? But the big fella showing up. Yeah, so we don't use our weapon to do something there, so I guess we just grab hold of their liver and pull violently? Or pop one of their kidneys with a bear? Okay, I'm gonna load up on the very graphic. The last one made me lynch myself. These places keep cropping up in FromSoft games, and I know some of it is, you know, level design and like frantic sculpturing. Was that ever a thing in actual architecture? Like places where you couldn't go, where everything was just littered with statues. Very lifelike looking, lamenting people. I mean, these could also just be petrified in universe, but not both. Come on, be cool. Oh shit. Come on. Back. I was just like dodging backwards. Damage. Dodging backwards, taking damage. My iframe's on a little vacation. Generous donations. So does one of you motherfuckers have glowing eyes now? No. Meaning my shit is still just lying there on the other side, but that would also necessitate me speeding past them or taking another route. Throwing a Molotov cocktail at the sons of bitches. Jesus Christ, that's so much defense. Fuck. I was doing jack shit for damage there. I mean, we did pick the Cursed Fate, but just out of curiosity, what are our physical stats? Rank 10, skill 9. And that's obviously not great, but also not completely terrible. Might as well challenge the cleric beast. How did you get my shit? You were not involved in this whole debacle. Don't go around telling people you were. Whoop, 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 whoop. Hello. That was the wrong button. I'm still confused about my own setup. Wasn't so bad. And it was a valiant first attempt, but still kind of struggling with the finer points of the mechanics. You know, as they change between game and game. One game and the other. Why did I get inside? Just from seeing the thing?
Hello, good hunter. I am a doll. here in this dream to look after you. Honorable hunter, pursue the echoes of blood, and I will channel them into your strength. You will hunt beasts, and I will be here for you to embolden your sickly spirit.
So we were returned to the Hunter's Dream without doing anything. I guess countering the beast is enough to do that, yeah.
Did you speak with Gehrman? He was a hunter long ago, but now serves only to advise them.
Literal
He is
middle
obscure,
management.
unseen in the dreaming world. Still, he stays here, in this dream. Such is his purpose. Ah, the little ones, inhabitants of the dream. They find hunters like yourself, worship and serve them. Speak words they do not. But still, aren't they sweet?
They actually are.
Ah, the little ones, inhabitants of the dream. They find Farewell, good hunter. May you find your worth in the waking
How
world.
did you get back in here? Can you open doors now? Would I be worried? Oh, they just can't. You settle down. Don't bump the mic, yeah? They just gave me multiplayer items.
Aha! You must be the new hunter. Welcome to the Hunter's Dream. This will be your home for now. I am Gehrman, friend to you hunters. You're sure to be in a fine haze about now, but don't think too hard about all of this. Just go out and kill a few beasts. It's for your own good.
That's
You know, it's just what hunters do. You'll get used to it.
That's really curious. Like, first he kind of struggles to say his own name, but I don't know if he struggles remembering or or maybe he's just pissed off that he is still German, as in he's still around. He's yet. And also the whole, don't think too hard about it. Just go out, kill beasts. We all do it, you know. Cool.
This was once a safe haven for hunters. A workshop where hunters used blood to enhance their weapons and flesh. We don't have as many tools as we once did, but you're welcome to use whatever you find. Even the dog, should it please you.
I don't like the implications of him going into a whisperer.
This was once a you're even.
No. I'm not interested in a riddle. Oh, the money thing. Mercifully, the torch cannot be enhanced. So for later. Keep this dreadful hunter stream, halt the source of the spreading scourge of beasts. Best the night carry on forever. Like a season of 24, but the plot just doesn't advance. The inside shop. Boss weapons, if I remember correctly. And storage. Basic threads. Let's spring for that. Much more distinguished. It's like how, as per the lore, it's just a touch of, you know, a clerical design, like a priest's scarf onto the hunters. The old standby. Yeah. I mean, it's the classic, but A, it looks really weird with the R hairdo, and B, it's like all your original character, whatever you put into your character design-wise, it's just all gone.
is it you did? Very well. Let me stand close.
Arcane stat is obviously paramount, but can't even afford it.
Farewell, good hunter. May you find...
I know that I'm gonna be popping a few into strength, and I think it's skill this time, not dexterity. Since we've got the right gems, pumping up a cane really does only helps us with a lot of cocktails, but we have to infuse our weapons with elements first to scale with a cane. I'd rather spend it now than lose it. Eventually, since we popped all our potable bloodfoot out.
Welcome home, good hunter. I must have drifted off. What
Yeah,
is it
how
you
does
desire?
that work? And what does a doll in a dream of?
Very well. Let me stand.
Interestingly, it really doesn't do anything for our attack either. Maybe it's not enough for to affect the scaling.
Farewell, good hunt.
Anyway, I have a rough idea of where we're going with this. In the end game, we'll have 50 arcane, probably like 40 stamina, and really not much strength and dexterity, just enough to wield whatever weapon strikes a fancy. And what's nice about a cane is not just a very flexible build, because a weapon will be okay damage-wise if it can be infused with elemental gems later. Arcane also affects item discovery, so the probability of stuff dropping. So farming upgrade materials and all that should be relatively easy on that build. I want my stuff first. Not supposed to happen. Kind of an asshole move to put me in a situation where I take a lot of damage. Right. And then I have to get up very slowly while the rally timer is already ticking. Yeah, that health is basically unrecoverable. But am I allowed to? I need the pistol. Timing on the blunderbuss really honks. Where was my rally here? Did I not get anything back? Didn't want to kite that guy, but here we are. give you clarities to bells. Can I turn around here? So, did I die, or...? I did, so if I use this... I mean, it's essentially the homeward one, right? Need for the animation to finish. Son of a bitch. get it fairly reliably down to 3/4 of its health. So I'm not completely lost when it comes to its moveset.
This town's finished.
I end up switching to 720p 60 FPS for the next session. I'm also gonna investigate if there's a way to mod the game to give you either 10 or 4 blood vials with every death. I'd like to credit the camera with me completely whiffing that opportunity for visceral attack. That's just peachy. It was a good attempt. Running out of healing was an issue. I thought a little lamp they put on Grandpa's wheelchair so they could find him again. Or so they knew that Grandpa was out and about with the blunderbuss again. Wasting a bullet on this clown. Didn't waste a health vial on me, that's for sure. I mean, it's kind of, I mean, it's quite obviously baby's first Bloodborne boss, but yeah, mostly that at this point in the game, you're very limited in your choices, and I also decided to play a character that early on would be kind of a tall order. This is gonna be an arcane character. So right now we have next to no attributes in anything that's good at doing damage. So this is a build that only really starts dishing it out and until we can find a way to infuse weapons. Right, this game doesn't have direct fast travel. Another one of those charming experimentations. I stand by the fact I really like the FromSoft experiment with the formula, but some things...
Well, let me
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, not for nothing, Mental Fraying is right up there thematically, but I'm not sure that's the game experience you would want, regardless. Kinda interesting how Blood Vial is worth just as much as a Molotov cocktail. On one hand, I wanna cry bullshit. On the other hand, the game's kinda cheekily like, yeah, you could buy healing, but you could also fuck a guy up with this money.
out on the hunt. Then I'm very sorry, but I cannot open this door. I am Yosefka. The patients here in my clinic must not be exposed to infection. I know that you hunt for us, for our town, but I'm sorry. Please. This is all that I can do. Now, go. And good hunting.
That one acquired from the Lady Doctor at Yosefka's clinic. This refined piss yellow blood, highly invigorating, restores a large amount of HP. This rare blood vial is a product of a slow and careful refinement process, likely devised by the doctor herself. We don't trust that at all. That does not look like you could have done it.
This town's finished.
Yeah, Bloodborne is one of those things that, if we imagine ourselves to be in the shoes of the hunter just for a moment, like what's actually happening to them, it's absolutely horrifying. On the other hand, it's a FromSoft game, and there's memes and just the mechanics and all those considerations and the get good stuff. You know, there's so much around it that kinda insulates it. Insulates the experience a bit. From its visceral nature. Like it, later on when the amygdalas are hanging off the cathedral walls and the moon is red and the little difficulty spike the game does after that. That's to get unnerving, sure. But I don't know, it's a game that I'm also so familiar with. It's kind of like a question of whether or not 16-bit Castlevania is spooky. It absolutely is on a certain level. Of a very specific gothic horror by way of werewolf plague. Oh, bullshit. Yeah. I was such a proud fool when I started this stream. Like, I thought to myself, yeah, I've played Bloodborne before. I know the ins and outs and at least the layout of the early levels. Like we're gonna beat Father Gascoigne the first stream. Here I am trying to get the Cleric Beast unlocked. The little something extra, I mean. The way Bloodborne does it is by just adding a whole bunch of Lovecraft. Oh yeah. And I mean, that's actually interesting, because you compared to like dream logic on your part, and the entire game basically is a dream, or various layers of dreams on top of each other. Like, and I think a lot of these things are not just informed by the whole let's do gothic horror with werewolves and vampires and whatnot. And let's also throw in a whole bunch of cosmic horror Lovecraft, because why the hell not? But also the idea that you get progressively deeper down the rabbit hole of the dark dreams of gods. And later on, I'm not sure if you've seen this, but when the dogs and the crows switch heads, and the game's just like, yeah, no, that's perfectly normal, isn't it? Now I gotta fetch myself some bullets. Otherwise, I'm gonna be here all day. Yeah. I like how, in some instances of their Lovecraftian stuff, they seem to have at least, like, I may be interpreting too much into it, but the whole idea of Lovecraftian cosmic horrors being inherently unknowable, or the idea that if you were to perceive them in full, you would just go mad, so any kind of, you know, actually learning about them is immediately shattered. And obviously, once you come up with visual design for these creatures, that entire notion is absurd, because the player can just look at the thing in the game. Hopefully won't go mad. And FromSoft is like, yeah, but what if we A, put this in a game without a pause feature, and B, make these designs so freaking intricate that you're sometimes wondering, with good reason, what you're even looking at. Like, one would be like, they even do it with the name. I think her name is like Eritreas or something. Like, she looks the most Cthulhu-esque out of all the monster designs, aside from good old Amygdala. But she, design-wise, she also seems to be like part fungus, and the head is just a mess of things that defies like what a head should be. It's quite something. So you sometimes really end up repeatedly fighting something that you haven't even fully taken in, because the design is too freaking intricate for that. I think it's a little, like, it's not quite as dense with the bestial enemies. I think they were just mostly happy that they could get all that fur to animate in interesting ways on the budget of the PS4. But even there, the detail just jumps at you in ways that sometimes might be deliberately overwhelming. For Blood Miles, nothing ventured, nothing gained, I guess. Really nothing here? Anything, I'm realizing just how busy the graphics are. I mentioned earlier that a semi-regular diet of Digital Foundry videos has opened my eye for a lot of things that I hadn't really considered it, but you know, a lot of shimmering due to certain ways of sharpening, anti-aliasing, lack of anti-aliasing, or the wrong kind, can make an image unnecessarily busy and also harder to encode. That was initially my angle. Like all the little flickerings we see in the fence right now, just because there is just a whole lot of detail. That with whatever technologies they could throw at this within the budget, you know, within the performance rate they wanted this game to come out as. I'm not saying I would want like cell-shaded Bloodborne, although it would be wicked. But I do wish that devs would sometimes take a step back and be like, yeah, we could add more detail and just fill this thing to the brim, like everything 4K will allow. Should we? Like if this game were to get a real release on PC or wherever, I would be very happy if they just made sure that the frame rate is properly timed, which it isn't at the regular 30 FPS that we're playing at right now. That it was maybe higher than 30, but I would honestly settle for better frame timing. Like, it feels jittery. And the jitteriness is what hampers the experience. Not that it's just 30. And yeah, maybe also find ways to smooth out that graininess, maybe with a decent depth of field effect that isn't distracting, but just feels natural. And all that jazz. Then I'm appealing to FromSoft here to fix their goddamn engine. Like, not gonna happen this century. Which is a shame, because these games must make them more money than God. So why not put a lot of that towards, like, sorting out their engine, whether through refactoring, smart little fixes, or, you know, complete rewrites, to the point where they could run all of their games on one platform, like software platform that is, and have it be buttery smooth on anything they want to run it on. Like, really invest in their tools. That's actually something, what annoys me about board games. That there is a tendency to overcomplicate them for no good reason. And you end up with games that that have like way more stuff to keep track of, which for me with ADHD is a shitty proposition to begin with. Also make it harder to keep everything organized on the board, and really don't add. Usually they just add complexity for complexity's sake. Like, I'm always way more impressed when a board game manages to squeeze a lot of entertainment and, you know, the challenge of strategic thinking, or the oh shucks, you know, experience of something that is very random if you wanna play that kind of game, and get all of that in there, or get it out of the, you know, have us get that out of the experience without adding too many moving parts. Like, I would say, like, something like Catan versus Catan with all the expansions. Or another example, that really stuck out to me in D&D 3rd edition or 3.5 or Pathfinder, you know, that branch of the D&D rule set. When I was first learning that system, and also from the perspective of running it, but also as a player, the fact that you have a favorite class, like you pick a main class in that flavor of D&D, and whenever you take that your favorite class on a level up instead of multi-classing, you get like you get a little bonus called the favorite class bonus. I think it's an HP point, or maybe you can also get a skill, or some variations of classes and whatnot can give you other stuff as a favorite class bonus. But just this little detail when you're not using an editor to make your character, that, oh, by the way, if you take the class you are likely usually going to take, unless you build something fancy, you get that extra HP point. I struggled to look that shit up several times in the Pathfinder 1st edition core rulebook. And I guess it was just one of those things that people really into D&D just knew, and so it may not even have occurred to people who then did the Pathfinder flavor of D&D 3.5 maybe put that, or put everything that goes into making a character just so that the stats are done into maybe a concise little summary, or like a checklist with, you know, page references if I want to know more. Role-playing games that don't do that to begin with, irrespective of how complex character creation or maintenance is, they infuriate me. Like, goddammit, guys. Give me a point-by-point summary of the character creation process, and also a list of, you know, what costs, what are the experience costs of XYZ, and generally, can't speak for Vampire 5th edition, but like Vampire Anniversary, aka 4th edition, was really good about that. Oh yeah, I remember friends who played Axis and Allies with low luck rolls, so the rule of the dice meant less in a game that, by being a simulation of World War II, was already backed in favor of the Allies. You know, as an anti-fascist, I'm not necessarily mad that the simulated Nazis are not on even footing with, you know, the other factions in the game. From a purely gameplay perspective, it's like, yeah, this game is skewed to begin with, and we want to make it even more skewed. Why? Summon Daddy Gas Can? Okay. Yeah, let's get cracking. Oh yeah, face summaries. As little handouts cards for little players, those are also just really nice. Okay, so the summoning sign wasn't here before, and I'm guessing you have to, I don't know, challenge the cleric beast, or have leveled up, or gained that little bit of insight we had earlier. It would be a really cool opportunity to challenge the cleric beast if I'm completely broke when it comes to healing. Oh, I got bullets. Especially since the name of the game suggests a rather speedy flow of gameplay, right? Actually, rather than get fucked up by the cleric beast with no healing, I'm gonna use... Oh, you don't want to get into the sewers, huh? Fucking asshole. Oh yeah, the kind of cars where where at some point we might get a well, there's a problem episode on the whole debacle. And they already did one on Le Mans, I think, or a specific crash at Le Mans that was really nasty. Pray for me. Oh. But just on paper, the idea that oh, we are back 0 inside, so not really live, but we still get level ups. Okay. The idea that you could like simulate F1 racing along with corner management on a board game, like my hat's off to anyone even attempting that. That sounds really cool. Well, I could also just grind out a few levels of Arcane and just throw 20 Molotov cocktails at the Cleric Beast. Not familiar now. I don't follow board games very closely. The last one I really got into, which also has a decent digital version, is Wingspan. Yeah, if you take a corner too fast, you lose a little bit of paint on the car, and then just slide on the railing. That's how I always did it in Gran Turismo, and that game purports to be realistic. Is that not how that works? Oh. I mean, yeah, that's also just kind of how we do it in video games. Like, certain corners have a certain... I mean, it's basic physics, right? It's you need to adjust your speed to not do the bad thing. So if you got too much heat on your hands, you're pretty boned. That's what I'm getting. It sounds like a fun balancing act, and a lot of card-based games that I've seen recently were more of the engine building variety, which ironically this doesn't seem to be, but more like balancing various resources in ways that work well. Unless there's also cards that, I don't know, determine how well your actual in-game engine works. And I guess it would again be an engine building thing. Where did I die on my last attempt? Oh wait, no, I didn't die, I just went home and... Why did the second one have to join? And it's kind of refreshing, like Wingspan is an engine builder. What else did I play somewhat recently? Slay the Spire. don't think I'm not gonna cheese that. Really? These terrifying bastards could never go through this little door? This has been here all the time? Oh well, fighting chance. I had to read this last message a couple of times, and I appreciate that. And I'm not gonna attempt to read it out several times fast. Okay, 10 blood vials, is that enough? I mean, this guy right here. Oh, that's what the Bloodborne enemies mean when they yell that they're gonna mess up my brain. Come on. Yeah, stun. I mean, sure, they're scary enemies, and this is a game about not hesitating too much. But their stun period was so short. And I got the 2 blood vials. I can be sacrificed fighting this thing. Come on, you're gonna drop 5, aren't you? Gonna drop fuck all. Only have 6 bullets. The hell was that? Yeah, yeah. I picked it specifically because I imagine of the three, like of the saw and the axe stick, this one is likely the fastest. Because I wanted to play Bloodborne in its most Bloodborne way. Lots of dashing and getting up in the enemy's face. Doing this. Not so much this. So the cane sword felt like a good choice, but yeah, the range, like if this was a sword in Dark Souls, there would be, I mean, if this was Dark Souls, there would be 10 swords in that category, and this would probably be the one everyone tells you to not use because its range is really shit. Oh, the bullets. Good grief. Okay. I think I could follow my own convictions. See that it's been 3.5 hours. I haven't really gotten that far into the game, which is a shame. But there's a lot of Bloodborne to come. Yeah. I've heard somewhere, and that's probably stuck with me because I had done my first playthrough with mostly the Hunter's Axe. Like this thing stayed with me through pretty much all the game. And the Hunter's Axe is often considered quote-unquote easy mode, you know, whatever people consider easy mode in a FromSoft game. But it's very reliable in bringing the damage. And I was doing like a quality build, so a lot of strength, a lot of dex. Yeah, we'll see. I plan on using a bunch of different weapons. I hope I'll find good farming spots for upgrade materials, because theoretically, this build will be able to use the vast majority of weapons in the game. Including the boom hammer, which apparently is kinda shunned in the meta. But it's also the rocket-powered, well, the furnace-powered hammer in the game, as a nod to Battle Angel Alita. Yeah, I think it's a very accessible weapon. And also just, I think it also embodies the whole, like it's a good bridge, the Hunter's Axe that is, between Dark Souls and Bloodborne, in the sense that usually it's a one-handed weapon, and if you go into trick mode, it becomes a two-handed weapon. It's very intuitive in that, and it gives you a very decent idea of what it is and what it can do. Whereas the cane is a little more intricate. Like you dish out more base damage in this mode, but obviously have less range. And then you switch it, and you obviously get more reach and also more of an area effect, but the base damage is lowered. But then now you also have all these sharp elements, and I think serrated damage is like an extra category that is then also a little better against beasts. Like, this thing is already like a little microcosm onto its own, versus handed, more powerful, one-handed, okay. And I guess this is also why I bounced off this weapon. Like, when I first saw this, I was like, heck yeah, this is so cool. And then I went back to the axe because the axe knew how to treat me. Or rather the other way around. But yeah, I'm stoked for this playthrough. This time I also have access to the DLC. And by going with an arcane build, I made this decision with Ludwig in mind. Just because the bastard takes a little more damage from fire. A little bit. Yeah, anyway, thank you all for watching. If you liked what you saw and want to see more, there's my VOD archive on YouTube. Not quite up to date, like the Resident Evil 4 playthrough isn't up yet. I simply need to rename all the uploaded videos. Like I didn't go through the Twitch export feature this time because I had a bunch of connection drops during my Resident Evil streams, so I took those all, instead of going through the Twitch VODs to see if everything was okay. I just uploaded everything, but now they also have like weird file names. And oh yeah, no, the aliasing on some of these things is rough. And if you want to feel old, it's an 8-year-old game now. I mean, it's a mix. Like, sure, the shape comes out well, but I think whatever anti-aliasing method they could use on it still doesn't do it many favors. Where was I? Oh yeah, so that's my VOD archive. Then there's my social media presence, which these days is really just Mastodon, since I quit Twitter when the quitting was good, so to speak. And if you ever wanna support the stream with some coin, you can do so over on Ko-fi.com. Keep me in fresh supply of, well, not coffee, but cola. Yeah. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'll probably be back as early as tomorrow, streaming more of this. It's a Souls game. I adore it. I haven't played Bloodborne in years. So, yeah. Everyone take care, have a great week, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Oh, and also, I haven't pointed that out yet, but I completely changed my music for the stream. And but the credits on my Twitch page should already be up to date, because I just felt it was time for a changeover. Take care, everyone. Bye.